Alright, so today we finally got the version 14.5.0 update. This was announced earlier last month, and with this update we got a lot of new changes to how we power up our characters. A lot of things got removed, new things were added, and a lot of existing quests have gotten better with the drop rates. We're going to break down all the changes in this video, so make sure you lads stick around till the end. So starting off version 14.5.0, we unfortunately have to start it on a sour note, and that is the fact that they've now added a button on the summon screen that takes you directly to their YouTube page where they showcase the characters, but in doing so, they've now removed the test play function. This, in my opinion, is kind of disappointing because the test play function, for the most part, has been very useless for many years, but it was only until like the 7th anniversary when they updated it, they made it really good, and it's a good way to test out the characters, get a good feel for them before you decide to summon them, and overall, it was just a tad bit of extra fun where you get to try a new character, see if they can beat the test play before you decide to summon on them. So much so that we started a series on the channel, taking every new character in the game, in the test play, having a bit of fun, and a lot of times some of them were successful, some weren't, but it was a really good way just to test out how good a new character is. Unfortunately, with this removal, we don't get to do that anymore, and I'm disappointed. I don't like this change, especially because the sub that you hear is just a link to their YouTube channel, which given on how they showcase the characters and demonstrate them, it really doesn't give you the same feel that a test play feature would actually do. And it's also important to know that this new introduction video is not available on PlayStation 4, so PlayStation members don't get the option to test play, and now they don't even get the option to click on the video link. So not a good change in my opinion, disappointed by this to say the least. Please KLab, bring back the test play feature. Next up though, character power up quest and item adjustment. There's a lot to go over here, so we're gonna have to go through them relatively quickly. First up though, we have the recommended quests. One of the big controversial changes with this update was the removal of Cons Bonanza. With this, people were wondering, where are we now going to farm EXP crystals? How are we going to level up our characters? And the answer is this newly introduced quest, Cons Power Up Party. This quest in particular will be found on the limited time section screen. Not sure why it is here because it's not a limited time quest. There's currently no end date to this. It does seem to be permanent, and this is a very good upgrade when compared to Cons Bonanza. The biggest difference here is that this quest doesn't actually drop characters, and that might seem like a negative, but Cons Bonanza itself didn't drop that much characters, and the main reason why you would even be doing this quest is to get EXP crystals and also in general EXP. There have been times in the past where I've been farming this quest for the purpose of leveling my characters, but my box space keeps getting full because I keep getting these 4-star fodder that I just simply don't need. With this new change, because there's no character to get here, you're not going to have that problem. But the great thing about this quest is that not only are you getting EXP, you're getting a large amount of EXP crystals, you can also get crystals, jewels, and also Hogokus. The main reason why you will be playing this quest is to level your characters, so it's nice to be able to do that while also getting a little bit of extra bonuses. If we have a side-by-side comparison, it's almost night and day what quest is better. It's the new one. Cons Power Party has significantly more value per soul ticket here. It's a great quest for new players to level the characters, and I would have loved to have this years ago when I first started playing. This change was already announced, but we can see here that some quests have been removed. Brioka's EXP Crystal Quest, Frenzy Intensive courses, Cons Bonanza, and also Resurrection Trials are now all gone from the game. And by default, with that, you don't need Resurrection Rings to unlock your character's second soul trait. And with Frenzy characters, you don't need to farm a specific quest for them. You can just now use crystals and jewels like any other character. The 4-star Orihime, who was originally only available in Cons Bonanza, since Cons Bonanza has been removed, she's no longer available. But lucky for us, you can actually pick her up in the medal exchange, I believe for 150 medals. Kisuke's training ground got a pretty notable upgrade here. Originally, if you wanted to farm crystals, you would do the crystal quest. If you wanted jewels, you'll do the jewel quest. Now with this new update, they've been combined into one quest, so you're farming both crystals and jewels at the same time. This means that you don't have to prioritize farming materials for a 5-star character or a 6-star character. You can do both at the same time, overall saving you time and also soul tickets. The coin trials saw their difficulty slightly reduced, but also the quest itself also now drops more coins. This applies for both single player and also co-op. However, keep in mind the co-op section itself in the coin quest isn't that active. You also can't do 10 times soul tickets, so you're much better off just focusing on the single player aspect of this quest. And if you're looking to farm a large amount of coins in a short amount of time and only coins, this quest is a decent place for that, especially now that it drops more coins. Yukio's Ascension quest got a buff and also removed its limit. Originally, you can only do this quest 10 times per week. Now there is no limit. You can do as much as you want to, and on average, it drops more fodder. Originally, only dropping 5 4-star characters, now dropping upwards to 8. So for those wondering what quest should you now be doing to get Ascension material, it's this quest right here. The Awakened Training Grounds difficulty has been reduced and the rewards have also gotten a tad bit better. So on your screen is the before and after. The biggest difference I notice here is that one, we now get more large EXP crystals, but we're also guaranteed Hokus every single run. You'll see before, there were some runs where we didn't get a single Hogaku. However, at the same time, prior to this update, there were a few runs where you might get lucky and get 6 Hogakus. After the update, it looks like the max amount of Hogakus you can get per soul ticket has been lowered just a tad bit, but I guess it comes with the benefit here that every single ticket guarantees you at least one or more Hogaku, and you're also getting, I guess, more EXP crystals. You're essentially losing the luck factor in exchange of getting just guaranteed value per soul ticket. If you're in need of Hogakus, this is a decent way to get it, while at the same time also collecting a tad bit more EXP crystals. Accessory Training Grounds also saw their difficulty reduced and also their rewards slightly adjusted. You can't really tell much of a difference, especially looking at this before and after. The rewards look almost the exact same, but from doing multiple runs, it seems like on average you get more evolution powders. But because the rewards are RNG dependent, there's no guarantees in this quest. It's essentially just the same thing as it used to always be. You should really only be doing this if you're really desperate to evolve an accessory, but it still seems like the go-to place to get these evolution materials for accessories is going to be in Extreme Cup and also Brawl Quest. The same can be said for Droplet Trials. They had their difficulty reduced, but also their rewards adjusted. In this case, it looks like it stayed the same, if not gotten worse. Droplets are a bit RNG, so I believe the numbers of droplets that you do get just stays the same, which begs the question of why this quest is even a thing. Droplet Trials got removed from the co-op section, and now it's only available in single player. But at the same time, Enriched Droplet Zone has always just been a better place to farm droplets, and that got buffed, while at the same time now allowing you to farm one particular attribute. So it's very weird why Droplet Trials still even exists. In all honesty, this quest should have got removed. It's not worth your time. It didn't get better. So let's just move on. One of the biggest changes with this update is the removal of the raid quests. In this case, 4 and 5-star raid quests have been removed, and with that, we no longer need raid characters to unlock the skills for our new characters. This is going to be a massive time saver, especially for new accounts that are working on multiple characters at once. Being forced to do multiple different raids just to unlock one skill for one particular character was very time consuming. That's no longer a thing. If you want to unlock a skill on a new character, all you need to do is just use some jewels, which are now very easily farmable in the new updated Kisuke's Training Grounds. For those wondering though, the raid characters themselves are still available in the game. From now on, all the raid characters will be available in the coin exchange, and it takes around 200k gold just to buy one raid character super cheap, very easily obtainable. If you're looking to get the orbs from these characters, you can do that very, very easily. We had a few difficult quests removed, in this case the Vised Attack, a Sparta Challenge, and also the Lost Agent Super Army. They've been removed, and in doing so, we have 2 quests in particular that have received 2 quite notable buffs. The first one being Enriched Droplet Zone. The biggest change here is that it's not just one quest anymore. In this case, it's now 5 different quests. The drop rate is the same in each one. You're still farming the droplets of every single attribute just like you were before, but now you can do that while also focusing on one particular attribute. The drop rates themselves seem to be the exact same. The only difference here is that the quest that you're now focusing on has that particular attribute almost doubled. So in general, this quest does drop more droplets. The drop rate itself seems to be the exact same. The only difference here is that depending on the quest that you are doing, in this case we're doing the heart droplet quest, we're now getting significantly more heart droplets. Now this is important to know, and the reason why I do like this change is because the runs you are seeing here is about a single droplet character. And what this does mean is that because you're farming one particular attribute while also still getting the benefit of farming all the other attributes like you normally do in Enriched Droplet Zone, it's kind of encouraging you to bring the droplet characters for that particular attribute, and that just means you're going to get significantly more in the given attribute you are farming. Once 3 times Enriched Droplet Zone rolls around, which does happen on a quite regular basis, those 30 hard droplets that we're now getting is going to go to 90. And then if you bring droplet characters for that given attribute, which is more common because everyone's going to be joining the one they want to farm, you're potentially going to get upwards to 200 droplets in one ticket. And that's going to be on a more consistent basis. Most of the runs that I did do here, almost every single run dropped more than 30. So Enriched Droplet Zone is still kind of in the same place. It's not really worth farming unless it's on a 3 times drop rate. But when it's on a 3 times drop rate, this as always is going to be a great and the best way to farm droplets. But now the difference is going to be that when you are farming it and you're farming with the correct characters to boost the amount of droplets you're getting significantly more in that one type while still getting a good amount of droplets in the other attributes like you would normally get. So it's definitely a weird upgrade, but I do like it, and I think it's going to be really cool to see massive numbers when it comes to droplets once the 3 times EDZ does roll around. Now, the next change is something that I was eagerly looking forward to, and I'm very happy with the outcome. Could have been better, I will say, but this definitely is a step in the right direction. And that is the buff to Inheritance Zone. Inheritance Zone, for the most part, has basically been dead for the last 2 or so years since Epic Raid became the de facto place to farm both Links Up Potions and also Droplets. But with this buff, it now means IZ, Inheritance Zone, is actually playable, and in some cases, for the purpose of just farming Links Up Potions, will be better than Epic Raids when it has a 2x Links Up Potion drop rate periods. Now, the biggest change you're going to see here is the base drop rate. Previously, the rewards were quite RNG dependent. Sometimes you would get like 8, sometimes if you're lucky, you would get 18. Now the drop rates seem to be very consistent. On average, you're getting around 30 plus Links-Up Potions per run, and that's without Links-Up characters. So with a full Links-Up team, you're getting an additional 20, so you're getting around 50 to 60 Links-Up Potions per run. When this has a 2x drop rate, that's going to go up to around 90 Links-Up Potions per run, which is kind of crazy to think about. And again, it can get even higher if you do bring the Momo and Sunsun Link, and whenever the other attributes get theirs, you can also use them. So this change basically makes IZ playable, and that's what we wanted. It's going to be even better when we get a 2x drop rate periods, and at certain points, you might actually rather farm IZ over Epic Raids, because right now, for example, the Epic Raid boss Dialopero has 50 million HP. If you don't have a good enough team, if you can't get a good lobby, it's going to take quite a while to go through that particular boss. In IZ though, you can go in, have an easy time, auto it, and get around 50 plus Links-Up Potions per ticket. Additionally, and this is more so for those that have access to multiple Links-Up characters, farming IZs in single player is unironically going to be something that you might want to do. With a full Links-Up team using one Sunsun Link, in single player IZ, as you can see here, we're getting around 35 plus Links-Up Potions per run. The max you can get is basically 45 if you have access to those 3 Links-Up characters with 3 Sunsun Links, and I understand not everyone's going to have that, I don't either, but in the future, if you have that, this is the option you can do. And the great thing about this is that while yes, it's true you're getting less value per soul ticket, it would be better to do Epic Raids or IZ co-op. In this case, the benefit is that you don't have to deal with the stress that comes with co-op. Joining lobbies, having people join you. You can just start a quest super easy, even easier to auto, and you're getting 35 Links-Up Potions. When this again has a 2x drop rate period, you're going to be getting around 50 Links-Up Potions with this particular team in single player IZ. On mobile, you can get the option to duplicate your rewards twice a day, and you can also do 10 times soul ticket runs. It might not be the most optimal way to get Links-Up Potions because you are getting less per ticket, but damn is this going to be a super fast way to farm Links-Up Potions if you have the team and you don't want to deal with any problems that come with co-op content. Next up, the requirement to get into Chronicle Quest has been adjusted. Originally, you had to complete Chapter 13. In this case, all you have to do now is complete Chapter 1 and you get access to Chronicle Quests. Additionally, they made Ichigo a usable character in every single chapter, so what this does mean is that in any given quest, you can just bring Ichigo to go through it very easily. No longer will you need a specific character like a random Yumachika just to beat this particular quest. You can just bring Ichigo, go through it very easily, and essentially it's making Chronicle Quest, especially for the new play experience, less tedious and just a tad bit more enjoyable. The next change is a small little UI addition, and that is a third button on your character screen for link slots and also transcendence. It's not like a super major addition, but it does let you see your Links-Up Potions, your bonus abilities, and also transcendence all on one screen, and I think the best thing about this is more so for the new players, mainly due to the fact that it does explain what the purpose is for these additions. When a new player starts the game and looks at their character, they have no idea what they're looking at, and this screen right here just gives them a little bit of information on why they are important and what they do when you upgrade them for your particular character. For most veterans, this isn't really much, but I definitely think it's going to be appreciated for those new players. The next change is something that we've been waiting many months for, even years, and that is the Cons Corner adjustment. Finally, it's worth collecting those friend points and use them in Cons Corner because the rewards this time around are really good, even for veterans like myself. In this case, the rewards got a massive increase, now dropping Links-Up Potions, Super Links-Up Potions, Droplets to a larger extent, and we now even get large amount of Hogukyu wheels, editing brushes, transcendent material like large scrolls and small and medium scrolls. This is a really good change. I was not expecting this, and I'm very happy with the outcome. I will say though, I would have loved for soul tickets, summon tickets to be available in here, but I'm not really that stressed about it because what we have right now isn't bad by any means. I'm definitely going to be deleting my inactive friends, and I'm definitely going to be collecting my cons points, which is something that I haven't done in like many years, so that's how you know it's a very positive change. probably the biggest winner of this entire update. The next change is yet to be implemented, and we did talk about it before, but essentially Brave Battles is getting a slight little adjustment. Essentially, KLab are going to be removing the score ×2, so no longer do you have to hunt for a certain opponent, you can just battle whoever you want to, and extra battles will be removed, saving yourself an extra bit of time for those that want to be in and out of Brave Battles very quickly. With this removal, they are going to be increasing the amount of points you get from regular Brave Battles and also win streak bonuses. So it appears there's going to be more of a focus on your win streak, and that's how you're going to get most of your points. Once more, this is yet to be implemented in game and will take in effect on the 23rd once this week of Brave Battles does officially end. But with that, that is the update version 14.5.0. We had a lot to go over, but this has got to be, without a doubt, one of the best updates in the entire game. We got a lot of great quality of life additions to this game, all with just one update. That's what I really like about this. It got rid of redundant practices and just in general outdated systems like the raid characters, resurrection rings, for example, while at the same time buffing most of the content that's currently staying into the game, the most notable ones being IZ and also Enriched Droplet Zone. They are now definitely worth playing, especially when they do get the 2x increase, the 3x increase for a certain set period of time. And heck, at some point, I'm even going to be doing single player IZ just because you actually get a decent amount of link stop potions, especially if you do double the rewards by watching ads. Cons Corner got a great update. Brave Battles is now going to be less tedious. Chronicle is easy to get into and also progress. Overall, it's just a very solid update. I don't think there's anything really to complain about outside of the fact that the test play feature has been removed. That's the only negative thing about this entire update. I'm still going to say WK Lab. I'm still going to say the W update because besides that little feature that was no one asked for, it wasn't even announced. Everything else, though, is just a step in the right direction. In the comments below, though, let me know what you lads thought was the best thing about this update. For me, it's tied between IZ getting better drop rates and also the Cons Corner update. I love both of these changes, so I can't really decide which one I prefer. But I'm curious to see what you lads have to say. Hope you lads enjoyed the video. I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.